It all begins with a question that has haunted humanity for centuries. How did we come to be? The origins of evolutionary thought trace back to ancient civilizations that pondered the nature of life and existence. But it was not until the 19th century that a coherent theory began to take shape, driven by the relentless curiosity of individuals like Charles Darwin. In 1859, Darwin published On the Origin of Species, a groundbreaking work that introduced the concepts of natural selection and descent with modification. He proposed that all species of life have descended from common ancestors through a process of gradual change, shaped by environmental pressures. This was a revolutionary idea, challenging the long-held beliefs of divine creation and establishing a biological framework that still guides our understanding of life today. But Darwin's theory was not without its mysteries. For instance, how could small, random variations lead to the complex structures we see in nature, from the intricate designs of a butterfly's wings to the sophisticated communication systems of social insects? Evolution seemed almost impossible, yet the evidence was irrefutable. Fossils, geographical distribution, and anatomical similarities across diverse species formed a robust foundation for Darwin's work. The fossil record serves as a time capsule, providing tantalizing glimpses into the past. Take the famous Archaeopteryx, often dubbed the first bird. This small creature, with feathers and reptilian features, bridged the gap between dinosaurs and modern birds, showcasing the gradual evolution of flight. Such examples reinforce the dynamic nature of evolution, where change is not sudden but gradual, often taking millions of years. But not all evolution is simple. Consider the Cambrian explosion, a period approximately 541 million years ago, when a sudden burst of life forms appeared in the fossil record. Why did this happen? What were the driving forces behind such a remarkable increase in biodiversity? The answers remain elusive, and the question of why life took this leap still captivates scientists. Further complicating the story is the concept of convergent evolution, where unrelated species develop similar traits in response to similar environmental challenges. For instance, the wings of bats and birds serve the same purpose and display similar structures, yet they evolved independently. This phenomenon raises questions about the predictability of evolution. Is it a random process, or are there underlying patterns guiding it? As we embark on this exploration, let us not forget the profound implications of these questions. If evolution led to the creation of complex life forms through random processes, what does that mean for our understanding of existence? What mysteries lie ahead as we continue to unravel the intricacies of evolutionary biology? As we delve deeper into the evolution of life, the next chapter will reveal some of the most bizarre evolutionary traits found in nature today, traits that will leave you questioning the wonders of survival. Returning to our quest, we now uncover the strange and fascinating adaptations that nature has forged over the eons. From the depths of the ocean to the heights of mountains, life has evolved in ways that seem almost like science fiction. How can we explain the bizarre traits of certain creatures that appear to defy logic? Take the axolotl, an extraordinary amphibian that possesses the ability to regenerate lost limbs. Not only does this creature regrow its legs, but it can also repair its heart and parts of its brain. Researchers are exploring the genetic mechanisms that allow for such regeneration, hoping to unlock secrets that could advance medical science. What if this incredible ability could inspire new treatments for spinal cord injuries or diseases in humans? Then there is the immortal jellyfish Turritopsis dohrnii, a creature that can revert to its juvenile form after reaching maturity. This seemingly magical ability allows it to escape death and potentially live indefinitely. Such astonishing traits provoke questions about the limits of evolution. Are there animals out there that have evolved mechanisms to cheat death? How does this inform our understanding of aging and mortality? The world of camouflage also showcases the incredible adaptiveness of life. Consider the chameleon, which can change its skin color to blend seamlessly into its environment. This trait not only aids in survival from predators but also plays a crucial role in communication and mating. Or, look at the stick insect, which has evolved to mimic twigs and branches, showcasing an extraordinary level of adaptation to avoid discovery. However, evolution also crafts more sinister adaptations. The bombardier beetle possesses a potent chemical defense mechanism that can produce a boiling, noxious spray to deter predators. How did such complex biochemical systems evolve, and what evolutionary pressures drove this adaptation? These questions tantalize scientists as they seek to understand the breadth of evolutionary innovation. Perhaps one of the most puzzling adaptations is that of the male seahorse. Here, the male becomes pregnant, carrying the eggs until they hatch. This role reversal challenges traditional notions of gender roles in the animal kingdom. How did this unique reproductive strategy come to be, and what does it reveal about the flexibility of evolutionary strategies? As we marvel at these astonishing traits, we must confront the question, what governs the course of evolution? Is it purely survival of the fittest, or are there other factors at play? In the next chapter, we will delve into the mechanisms of natural selection and the forces that drive evolution, unearthing even more mysteries along the way. As we move forward in our exploration, let's dive into the very forces that shape evolution, natural selection, genetic drift, and the environmental changes that drive life's evolution. Natural selection, often encapsulated by the phrase survival of the fittest, is the cornerstone of Darwinian evolutionary theory. But what does this really mean? Natural selection operates on the principle that individuals with advantageous traits are more likely to survive and reproduce. Consider the classic example of the peppered moth in industrial England. Before the Industrial Revolution, most peppered moths were light-colored, allowing them to blend into the lichen-covered trees. However, as pollution darkened the trees, dark-colored moths began to thrive, showcasing rapid evolution in response to environmental changes. This phenomenon is one of the most vivid demonstrations of natural selection observed in real time. But natural selection is just one piece of the puzzle. Genetic drift, especially in small populations, can have profound effects on evolution. Imagine a group of butterflies isolated on an island. Due to random events, certain traits may be amplified or diminished, leading to divergent evolution from their mainland relatives. This randomness raises compelling questions. Is evolution entirely predictable, or does chance play a larger role than we realize? Environmental changes also act as catalysts for evolution. The catastrophic events of the past, such as volcanic eruptions, meteor strikes, and glaciation, have reshaped ecosystems and driven mass extinctions. The most famous event, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, paving the way for mammals to rise. This event demonstrates how environmental factors can create opportunities for new life forms to emerge. But the mysteries do not end here. Scientists uncover cases of evolution in action, often driven by human influence. Take the story of urban rats, which have rapidly adapted to thrive in human environments, showcasing evolutionary flexibility in response to new challenges. These instances challenge our perception of evolution as a slow, gradual process, revealing that change can occur astonishingly fast when pressed by external pressures. Yet, the question remains, how do we measure the impact of these forces? The advent of genetic sequencing technologies provides unprecedented insights into the evolutionary tree and the genetic changes that accompany adaptation. By examining the genomic data of various species, scientists can track the changes that have occurred over time. This allows us to see which traits have been favored and how evolution has played out at the molecular level. In our next chapter, we will shift our focus to one of the most devastating aspects of evolution, extinction events. What can these historical moments teach us about the fragility of life and the resilience of nature? As we piece together the clues from the past, we may uncover secrets that resonate with our current environmental crises. As we continue our journey through the enigmas of evolution, we arrive at one of its starkest realities: extinction. Throughout Earth's history, mass extinctions have massively reshaped life, wiping out entire ecosystems and leaving scars on our planet. But what causes these cataclysmic events, and what can they teach us about survival and resilience? The history of life is marked by 5 major mass extinction events, each a turning point that dramatically altered the course of evolution. The most notorious, known as the Great Dying, occurred 252 million years ago during the Permian-Triassic extinction. It is estimated that up to 96% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrate species vanished. Scientists speculate that a combination of volcanic activity, climate change, and a drop in oxygen levels triggered this devastating event. As we examine the aftermath, we see a fascinating recovery as new groups of organisms, notably the dinosaurs, emerged, filling the ecological gaps left behind. Fast forward 66 million years to the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, which precipitated the demise of the dinosaurs. A meteor strike is widely believed to have caused massive environmental changes, leading to the extinction of nearly 3/4 of all species on Earth. However, scientists now explore the idea that multiple factors, including volcanic eruptions and changing sea levels, played a role in this extinction event. The lesson here is profound. Extinction can stem from a multitude of intertwined causes, each a reminder of life's fragility. Interestingly, the aftermath of these mass extinctions reveals nature's resilience. In the wake of destruction, life often rebounds, leading to an explosion of diversity known as adaptive radiation. After the dinosaurs' extinction, mammals diversified rapidly, evolving into the variety of forms we see today, from whales to primates. This phenomenon illustrates an important point: from chaos may emerge order, and from extinction may arise new opportunities for life. But extinction does not just happen on a grand scale. It is also a contemporary crisis, with species disappearing at an alarming rate due to human activities. Habitat destruction, climate change, pollution, and overexploitation threaten countless species. The 6th mass extinction is unfolding right before our eyes, and scientists warn we could lose over 1 million species in the coming decades. We must ask ourselves, what responsibilities do we bear in this moment of crisis? Can our understanding of past extinctions inform our efforts to protect current biodiversity? As we look toward our next chapter, we will investigate how evolution manifests in real time, uncovering the evidence of evolution happening right before us. Can we witness evolution as it unfolds? What does it reveal about the adaptability of life? Stick with us as we explore the extraordinary processes driving life forward. As we near the conclusion of our journey through the great mysteries of evolution, we arrive at the thrilling realm of evolution in action. Can we observe evolution as it happens? The answer is an enthusiastic yes. Scientists have documented real-time evolution occurring as species adapt to their environments, and the findings are nothing short of extraordinary. One of the most famous examples comes from the study of Darwin's finches in the Galapagos Islands. These birds, which played a pivotal role in shaping Darwin's ideas, continue to evolve in response to environmental pressures. A notable study in 2004 revealed that during a severe drought, finches with larger beaks were better suited to crack open the tough seeds that survived, demonstrating natural selection in action. This real-time observation offers a powerful illustration of how quickly evolution can occur in response to changing conditions. Similarly, researchers have documented rapid evolutionary changes in bacteria. In one famous experiment, scientists observed a strain of E. coli evolve the ability to metabolize citrate, a feat it could not perform before. Behind this transformation lies the story of genetic mutations and natural selection at play, both processes illustrating the dynamic nature of evolution. These rapid changes in microbial life remind us that evolution is an ongoing process, reflecting life's ability to adapt and survive under various circumstances. The impact of human activity on evolution is also significant. In urban environments, species such as pigeons and rats have shown remarkable adaptability, adjusting their behaviors and traits to thrive alongside humans. This phenomenon presents a unique opportunity to study evolution in real time. The rapid pace of urbanization often outstrips species' ability to adapt, leading to fascinating instances of natural selection at work. In our own backyard, we see evolution unfolding with the rise of antibiotic resistance in bacteria. As antibiotics become increasingly ineffective, bacteria evolve resistance, showcasing how human actions directly shape evolutionary trajectories. This is not just a scientific dilemma, it's a pressing public health concern that highlights the pertinent connection between human behavior and evolution. As we conclude our exploration of evolution, we reflect on the many questions that remain unanswered. What other mysteries lie ahead? How will evolution continue to shape life in the future? Our understanding is just the tip of the iceberg. As we uncover the intricacies of life's tapestry, one thing is clear: evolution is a wondrous journey, filled with surprises that keep us questioning and exploring. Join us as we move into the concluding part of our documentary, where we will synthesize the insights gained and reflect on what evolution means for humanity's future. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of evolution, we come to a pivotal moment in Earth's history, a transitional period so profound it shaped the trajectory of life itself. Imagine a world where the oceans were teeming with life, yet the land was barren and untouched. This moment, often referred to as the Great Transition, marks the epic journey of life as it took its first steps onto solid ground. About 375 million years ago, during the Devonian period, a group of fish known as lobe-finned fish began to evolve adaptations that would allow them to exploit new environments. These adaptations included stronger limbs that could support weight and lungs that could extract oxygen from air. This remarkable transformation sparked the rise of amphibians, the first vertebrates to transition from water to land. But how exactly did this incredible shift occur? One fascinating case study involves a species called Tiktaalik. Discovered in the Canadian Arctic in 2004, Tiktaalik represents a missing link between fish and amphibians. It possessed features of both, sporting primitive lungs and gills alongside robust limbs that exhibited early signs of digits. The discovery of Tiktaalik provided essential clues about how vertebrates adapted to life on land, revealing that this transition was not merely a sudden leap, but a gradual evolution over millions of years. Moreover, the environmental pressures of the time, such as fluctuating sea levels and changing climates, played a crucial role in this transition. As vast regions became exposed, these pioneering creatures ventured onto land, adapting to new challenges such as desiccation and predation. This chapter reveals how evolution is not a linear progression but a complex tapestry woven together by various forces, including environmental changes and the intrinsic drive to survive and thrive. It begs the question, what traits must future generations of life develop to adapt to ongoing environmental changes in our world today? As we ponder this, let's explore the potential future of evolution as we wrap up this chapter. Now we turn our focus to a realm that intertwines with evolution in surprising ways: genetics. The study of evolutionary genetics unlocks some of the deepest mysteries of how traits are inherited and how life on Earth diversifies. Until the 20th century, the mechanism of evolution was largely misunderstood. The groundbreaking work of Gregor Mendel in the 1860s laid the groundwork for modern genetics, revealing how traits are passed from one generation to the next. However, it wasn't until the discovery of DNA's double helix structure by James Watson and Francis Crick in 1953 that the full picture began to emerge. This iconic discovery illuminated the role of DNA as the blueprint of life, coding for all biological functions and characteristics. But what does this mean for evolution? Genetic mutations, often viewed as mistakes in the sequence of DNA, can be the driving force behind the diversity of life. According to the theory of natural selection, beneficial mutations provide a survival advantage, allowing organisms to adapt to their environments. This concept is encapsulated in the famous phrase coined by evolutionary biologist Theodosius Dobzhansky, "Nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution." One compelling example lies in the study of the peppered moth during the Industrial Revolution in England. As pollution darkened tree bark, darker moths began to thrive while the lighter ones became more vulnerable to predation. This phenomenon showcases how genetic variation created by mutations can lead to rapid evolutionary change in response to environmental pressures. Furthermore, new technologies like CRISPR gene editing have raised ethical questions and possibilities regarding the future of evolution. Can humans, through biotechnology, take control of evolution? Will we design our future species? These questions sit at the intersection of science and ethics, challenging our understanding of evolution as a natural process versus a guided one. As we contemplate the implications of genetic science, we must ask ourselves, are we prepared to embrace the responsibilities that come with such power? The journey of life on Earth continues to unfold, and evolution is more complex and nuanced than we ever imagined. Now, let's shift our focus to a major player in the evolutionary game, humans. Our species, Homo sapiens, has not only evolved over millions of years but has also dramatically shaped the planet in ways few other species have. The rise of human civilization has brought about both extraordinary achievements and significant challenges. Humans first appeared approximately 300,000 years ago. Characterized by a complex brain, tool usage, and the development of language, early humans exhibited traits that set the stage for cultural evolution. Yet, while we have advanced technologically, the repercussions of our actions have raised questions about our impact on Earth's ecosystems. A major turning point in human evolution was the development of agriculture around 10,000 years ago. This pivotal transition allowed humans to settle in one place, leading to the rise of cities and civilizations. But with agriculture came new challenges: overpopulation, deforestation, and resource depletion. Consider the Anthropocene, a term used to describe the current geological epoch characterized by human influence on the Earth's geology and ecosystems. We are altering climate patterns, driving species to extinction at an alarming rate, and generating unprecedented waste. According to a report by the United Nations, 1 million species face extinction largely due to human activity. This raises an important question: have we become our own worst enemy? Yet, in the face of these challenges, there is hope. Environmental movements, conservation efforts, and sustainable living initiatives are emerging across the globe, aiming to mitigate human impact. We have the potential to evolve yet again, not just biologically, but culturally, learning to coexist with the planet instead of dominating it. As we consider where humanity is headed, it becomes clear that our evolutionary journey is closely tied to the fate of countless other species. How we choose to navigate this complex relationship will determine the future of our planet and, ultimately, our species. Will we embrace our role as stewards of the Earth or continue down a path of destruction? The answer lies within each one of us as we reflect on our connection to the natural world. As we gaze into the future, we are met with a spectrum of possibilities for evolution yet to come. With the rapid advancement of technology and environmental shifts, how might life continue to adapt? The concept of directed evolution has garnered attention in recent years. Imagine a world where geneticists can predictively engineer species for specific traits. What ethical dilemmas will arise as we embrace this power? scientists are already exploring ways to produce crops that can withstand harsher climates, ensuring food security for future generations. In marine environments, researchers are working to understand how oceanic species will respond to climate change, including the increasing acidification of oceans. The fate of numerous species lies in the balance as we witness habitat changes and shifting ecosystems. Moreover, consider the potential for human evolution in response to our own choices. Will future generations be genetically modified to possess enhanced intelligence or resilience against diseases? Or will we allow natural selection to take its course, knowing that the environment will continue to shape our species? One intriguing possibility is the emergence of new species as humans migrate and mix with other populations. The concept of hybrid vigor suggests that genetic diversity can lead to robust health and survival prospects in changing conditions. As humanity continues to evolve, what social structures will emerge? How will we address the balance of technology, biology, and ethics? The journey of life is far from over, and as we confront the challenges and mysteries ahead, we are reminded that evolution is a continuous process, one shaped by both chance and choice. What future awaits us, and how will our actions today echo through the ages? As we ponder these questions, the possibilities for evolution are as boundless as our imagination. As we conclude our exploration into the greatest mysteries of evolution, we find ourselves at the edge of a profound realization that evolution is not just a story of the past but an ongoing narrative that continues to unfold before our eyes. The journey of life is a testament to resilience, adaptability, and the relentless pursuit of survival. From the earliest microorganisms to the emergence of complex life forms, the history of evolution reveals that change is the only constant in the tapestry of life. Each species carries the imprints of its ancestors, adapting and evolving in response to the ever-changing environment. The lessons from past extinction events remind us of the fragility of life and the importance of preserving biodiversity. But evolution also speaks to hope. It is a call to action for humanity to acknowledge its role in shaping the future of the planet. As stewards of the Earth, we have the responsibility to protect and conserve the diverse forms of life that share our home. The choices we make today will have a lasting impact on the generations to come. Now, as we look toward what lies ahead, we must remember that evolution is a collaborative process, one that involves not only the species that inhabit our planet but also the environment itself. The interplay between organisms and ecosystems creates a dynamic balance, a dance of life that is both beautiful and delicate. As we reflect on the mysteries we've unraveled, we are left with questions that challenge our understanding and ignite our curiosity. What new discoveries await us in the realms of genetics, ecology, and environmental science? How will we navigate the ethical dilemmas of biotechnology and genetic engineering? The journey of evolution is indeed unending, and with it, the mysteries of life persist. It's a story that invites each of us to participate, to learn, and to adapt. As we conclude this exploration, let's carry these lessons forward, cherishing the wonders of evolution and committing to a future where all forms of life can thrive. The story is not over, it is just beginning. In the ever-evolving world of ideas, the concept of memes has emerged as a fascinating force influencing human behavior and culture. Coined by Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book The Selfish Gene, memes are units of cultural information that spread and evolve within society, much like genes do in biological evolution. But what exactly are memes, and how do they contribute to the evolutionary narrative? Memes represent everything from fashion trends and catchphrases to social norms and religious beliefs. They are not limited to the internet, they exist in our daily interactions, shaping how we think, behave, and communicate. For instance, let's take the meme of honeybees. Honeybees have developed complex social structures and communication methods, often seen as a metaphor for human societies. Studies show that as human interaction with nature has evolved, so has our understanding of bees' significance to our ecosystems. This relationship reflects an evolving meme about cooperation and community, contributing to the way we perceive and interact with nature. The evolution of memes can be viewed through various examples. Consider how the rise of social media platforms has completely altered the dissemination of memes. In earlier times, memes traveled through word of mouth and print media. Today, a single tweet can launch a global trend almost instantaneously. This speed of information transfer can accelerate change in social norms and values, thereby influencing evolutionary paths. For example, the meme of sustainability has gained momentum, impacting buying habits and encouraging eco-conscious behavior worldwide. Now, let's look at a striking case study, the Ice Bucket Challenge of 2014. This viral meme not only raised awareness about ALS but led to significant increases in funding for ALS research. The challenge spread like wildfire, demonstrating the power of memes to mobilize collective action for a cause. The rapid evolution of this idea led to tangible effects in healthcare, illustrating how cultural evolution can influence biological understanding and treatment methodologies. But just like biological evolution, not all memes lead to positive outcomes. Some memes spread harmful ideologies and misinformation, such as conspiracy theories. In an age where information can be opaque, understanding the dynamics of harmful memes is imperative. The spread of false information can influence societal behavior and even public health decisions. For instance, the anti-vaccine movement gained traction through memes promoting fear over science, leading to outbreaks of diseases previously considered eradicated. The implications of memes on our evolution are profound. As we continue to live in an interconnected world, the interplay between biological and cultural evolution will only deepen. The more we recognize the impact of memes on our decision-making and collective knowledge, the more we can shape our evolutionary future. So, what will the next cultural meme be, and how will it influence the trajectory of human evolution? In summary, while biological evolution tells us the story of life's adaptation through genetic change, cultural evolution, accelerated by memes, offers a complementary narrative that defines how we interact and evolve as a society. Understanding the relationship between these two forms is crucial for grasping the future of human evolution. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of evolution, one undeniable factor stands out: environmental change. Our planet is a dynamic system, constantly influenced by geological, climatic, and ecological shifts that have not only shaped the environment but also the species that inhabit it. Take, for example, the fascinating story of the Galapagos Islands, a living laboratory for evolution. When Charles Darwin visited in 1835, he observed finches with varied beak shapes, each adapted to different food sources on the islands. But what triggered these adaptations? It was the changing environment. When droughts occurred, only birds with specific beak sizes survived, leading to an immediate shift in the population's traits in subsequent generations. This phenomenon, known as adaptive radiation, highlights the intricate relationship between environmental pressures and evolutionary changes. But it doesn't just stop there. The impact of climate change today poses one of the most significant challenges to evolutionary processes. Rising temperatures, habitat loss, and altered ecosystems are causing some species to adapt rapidly while others face extinction. For instance, scientists have observed that certain lizard populations are evolving to develop longer limbs to escape rising temperatures and navigate their environments better. Yet, the influence of environmental change on evolution goes beyond physical adaptations. It can affect behavioral traits as well. A stunning case is observed in the Arctic fox, whose coat changes color with the seasons. As climate patterns shift, the timing of the seasons is also changing, leading to mismatches in the timing of fur color changes and the environment. This can affect the fox's hunting success and, subsequently, its survival. Moreover, as pollution alters landscapes, we see a phenomenon called evolutionary traps. These occur when organisms are unable to adapt quickly enough to changes in their environment. A classic example is found in the case of the peppered moth in England. Historically, light-colored moths were predominant due to their camouflage against lichen-covered trees. However, during the Industrial Revolution, soot blackened the trees, causing dark-colored moths to thrive. Yet, as pollution controls were put in place, the environment began to reverse to its previous state, but did the moth populations adapt in time? In essence, the story of evolution is one of resilience and adaptation, but it's also a narrative of vulnerability. We must consider how contemporary issues, such as habitat loss and climate change, are interconnected with the future of all life forms. If species cannot adapt quickly enough, we could witness a significant extinction crisis. The biodiversity of our planet, and our own survival, hinges on our understanding of these evolutionary dynamics. As we face a rapidly changing world, the lessons learned from the past become even more crucial. The interplay between environmental changes and evolution is a dance that continues to unfold, and understanding it will be vital to navigating our future. We have to ask ourselves, how will we respond to these pressures, and what role do we play as stewards of evolution? Ultimately, the hidden influence of environmental changes on evolution underscores that we are not separate from nature, we are intricately linked to it, and our actions today will ripple through the evolutionary fabric of life for generations to come. As we venture further into the 21st century, we find ourselves at the crossroads of evolution and technology, a fascinating intersection that raises profound philosophical and ethical questions. How will advancements in technology influence the evolution of our species and the species around us? At the heart of this discussion lies genetic engineering. With technologies such as CRISPR-Cas9, we now have the ability to edit genes with incredible precision. Imagine a future where genetic diseases can be eradicated before a person is even born. This incredible potential raises both excitement and concern about the implications of designer babies. What will happen when parents can select traits such as intelligence, athleticism, or even appearance? This intersection of technology and evolution could lead to a new path for human evolution. Are we becoming the architects of our own evolution? And if so, what standards will guide our decisions? In 2018, Chinese scientist He Jiankui announced he had created the first genetically edited babies. This revelation shocked the world and sparked intense debates about the ethical boundaries of genetic modification. Beyond human evolution, technology also impacts the natural world. As we develop smart technologies that can monitor ecosystems, track endangered species, and restore habitats, we are redefining conservation methods. For instance, drones equipped with sensors can collect data on wildlife movements and environmental changes, helping conservationists make informed decisions. Yet, with these advancements come risks. The introduction of non-native species for agricultural purposes or pest control has led to some disastrous consequences. The case of the cane toad in Australia serves as a cautionary tale. Introduced to control pests, cane toads became an invasive species, outcompeting native wildlife and disrupting ecosystems. As technology continues to evolve, it also presents questions about our relationship with nature. Will we become more disconnected from the natural world, relying on technology to solve problems instead of understanding ecosystems? The balance between utilizing technology for the betterment of nature while preserving its intrinsic value remains a pivotal challenge. As we chart this course of evolution and technology, we must critically evaluate our actions. Who gets to decide which traits are desirable? What are the long-term implications of altering genetic codes? As stewards of evolution, we carry the weight of responsibility, not just for ourselves but for the entire biosphere. In conclusion, the intersection of evolution and technology offers an exhilarating yet daunting landscape. Each decision we make has the potential to alter the course of evolution itself. As we stand on the brink of possibilities, let us approach this intersection with wisdom and foresight. The future of evolution might very well depend on the choices we make today. Imagine a world where life adapts so rapidly that the very laws of biology seem to bend. This is the realm of evolutionary resilience, where certain species develop extraordinary adaptations to survive in increasingly hostile environments. Take, for example, the tardigrade, a microscopic creature that can withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, and even the vacuum of space. These incredible resilience mechanisms challenge our understanding and raise questions about what life is capable of enduring. As we explore evolutionary resilience, we'll dive deep into stories of survival that defy logic, showcasing the fascinating examples of the extremophiles that thrive in some of Earth's most uninhabitable places. Resilience isn't just about surviving harsh conditions, it's about managing to thrive in them. Consider the case of the Japanese knotweed, a plant that can grow through concrete. Its invasive nature has allowed it to dominate ecosystems across the globe, showcasing how resilience can lead to both ecological change and challenges. As we investigate this chapter further, we'll consider the role of genetic mutations in these resilience strategies, and how they contribute to rapid evolutionary changes. By looking at various case studies, from the Galapagos finches to Arctic foxes adjusting to climate change, we begin to comprehend how resilience plays a critical role in evolution. How do these creatures manage to adapt in the blink of an eye, and what does their story reveal about the future of life on our planet? As we unfold the narrative of resilience, we realize it's a powerful testament to the tenacity of life itself. Contrary to the long-standing belief that evolution is a story of relentless competition, a significant narrative focuses on cooperation as a driving force in the evolutionary process. Collaboration among species has led to remarkable advancements and adaptations that are often overlooked. In this chapter, we'll delve deep into the phenomenon known as mutualism, where different species evolve together, each benefiting from the other's existence. One classic example is the relationship between bees and flowering plants. Bees get nectar for food while the plants ensure their reproductive success through pollination. This relationship not only supports the survival of the species involved but also enhances biodiversity in ecosystems. We'll explore fascinating case studies like the clownfish and sea anemone, which showcase how interdependence can lead to coevolution, where each species influences the evolutionary trajectory of the other. Additionally, we will examine how social animals, such as elephants and dolphins, display cooperative behaviors that enhance their survival and social structure. These behaviors often manifest in complex communication strategies and deep emotional bonds, asserting that cooperation can be just as crucial as competition in the survival of the fittest. As we move forward in this chapter, we will analyze the implications of cooperation on human evolution as well, reflecting on how societal structures and cultural exchanges have shaped our own evolutionary path. Could it be that in a world dominated by individualism, it's the strength of our relationships that ultimately sustain our species? This chapter will not only redefine how we perceive evolutionary success but will also challenge the very notion of competition as the primary driver of evolution. What happens when organisms from entirely different evolutionary backgrounds develop similar features? This intriguing phenomenon, known as convergent evolution, reveals remarkable insights into the progressive nature of life on Earth. As we unravel this mystery, we'll spotlight how different species have adapted to similar environments, leading them to evolve strikingly similar traits. One of the most famous examples includes the evolution of the eye. From the simplistic eye spots of flatworms to the complex eyes of vertebrates, the journey of vision showcases how different evolutionary paths can lead to similar functionalities. We will delve into case studies like the convergence of the dolphin and the ichthyosaur, two creatures from vastly different eras and lineages that developed similar body shapes as adaptations to their aquatic environments. Furthermore, we'll investigate the phenomenon of echolocation, which has evolved independently in bats and certain marine mammals. These examples beg the question, is evolution a predictable process, or is there an element of randomness that dictates these convergent trends? As we dissect the prerequisites for convergent evolution, we'll touch on the influence of environmental pressures and functional requirements. What does this mean for our understanding of the evolutionary framework? In the end, we might just discover that the history of life is far more interconnected than we ever imagined, challenging us to rethink everything we know about the evolutionary tree. In the grand narrative of evolution, we often overlook the smallest players in the game, microorganisms. These tiny entities, including bacteria, archaea, and fungi, play crucial roles that not only shape ecosystems but also influence the evolution of more complex organisms. It is said that the most important evolutionary events are often those that happen unseen. Microbial communities are responsible for nutrient cycling, decomposition, and even the regulation of atmospheric gases. This chapter dives deep into their world. One might wonder how microorganisms, invisible to the naked eye, could play such a monumental role in Earth's history. Consider the Great Oxygenation event around 2.5 billion years ago, which was driven by cyanobacteria. These microbes revolutionized our planet's atmosphere by converting carbon dioxide into oxygen through photosynthesis. The ramifications of this event were enormous, paving the way for aerobic organisms and altering the course of evolution forever. Microorganisms contribute to genetic diversity as well. Horizontal gene transfer is one of the processes where bacteria exchange genetic material. This process can lead to the rapid adaptation of microbial species and can even influence larger organisms. For instance, antibiotic resistance, a product of this genetic exchange, has emerged as a significant challenge in healthcare. How are these tiny organisms resistant to drugs that were once lethal? The answer lies in their genetic adaptability, which we are just beginning to understand. A fascinating case study is that of the human microbiome. Within our bodies, trillions of microbes exist, outnumbering our human cells 10 to 1. The human gut microbiome, for instance, is essential for digestion, immunity, and even mental health. Recent research has shown that the composition of these microbial communities can influence not just our physical health but also our behavior and cognitive functions. The implications for understanding human evolution are profound, suggesting that we are products of both our genetic inheritance and the unseen microbial world. However, with climate change and habitat destruction, microbial populations are becoming threatened, affecting their roles in ecosystems. As we continue to investigate the intricate connections between microorganisms and evolution, we realize that preserving microbial diversity is as crucial as safeguarding larger species. Could the survival of future generations rely not only on our actions towards larger animals but also on microscopic ones? This chapter demonstrates that the story of evolution is not solely about the survival of the fittest but also about the invisible architects shaping our world. It raises questions. How much do we truly understand about the organisms that share our planet? What secrets lie within this microbial kingdom yet to be uncovered? Imagine two vastly different species that evolve similar traits despite living in different parts of the world, separated by thousands of miles. This phenomenon is known as convergent evolution, a fascinating aspect of evolutionary biology that showcases nature's remarkable ability to solve similar challenges through different means. In this chapter, we delve into the astonishing examples and implications of convergent evolution. Take, for instance, the case of the dolphin and the shark. Though one is a mammal and the other a fish, both have streamlined bodies and fins adapted for life in water. This similarity arises not from a shared ancestry but from adaptation to similar environments and lifestyles. Both species have perfected the art of swimming. Their physical traits have evolved in response to the demands of life in the ocean. It's an elegant example of how different organisms can develop analogous structures to address environmental pressures. Another striking example is the evolution of the eye. Eyes have evolved independently in various lineages, from simple light-sensitive cells to complex structures like those seen in humans and octopuses. Despite the different pathways taken, the underlying mechanism is similar, showcasing how evolution can lead to similar solutions to similar problems. This raises an essential question: what does this tell us about the nature of evolutionary processes? Convergent evolution does not merely illustrate how species adapt but also highlights the flexibility and creativity of life itself. Consider the adaptation of plants to arid environments, such as cacti in North America and succulent plants in Africa. While they are not closely related, both have developed water storage tissues and spines to reduce water loss. This showcases how similar environmental pressures can lead to remarkable similarities, reinforcing the idea that evolution is not a linear process but a branching, creative tapestry of life. Yet, the implications of convergent evolution reach far beyond mere biology. It challenges our understanding of taxonomy and classification in the natural world. Should we group species based on similarities in appearance or their evolutionary history? This debate continues to shape how scientists classify life on Earth. By exploring convergent evolution, we gain insights into the broader themes of adaptability and resilience in life. As we continue this exploration, we are left with intriguing questions. What other examples of convergent evolution remain undiscovered, waiting to challenge our understanding of life? Will future research reveal even more surprising adaptations in organisms as they respond to changing environments? Each encounter with convergent evolution leads us to marvel at the endless possibilities of life on our planet, each twist in turn reminding us that the story of evolution is one of both diversity and similarity in the grand tapestry of existence. Throughout Earth's history, countless species have risen, thrived, and ultimately vanished. Extinct species are more than just relics of the past, they are pivotal in understanding the narrative of evolution. This chapter will explore how their stories illuminate the processes of natural selection, adaptation, and the ongoing story of life on Earth. Consider the case of the woolly mammoth. Once roamed across the northern hemisphere, their extinction around 4,000 years ago has left us with significant insights into climate change and habitat shifts. Genetic evidence suggests that they thrived in the cold tundras during the last ice age but faced extinction as temperatures rose, and their habitats changed dramatically. This leads us to question, how did the loss of these magnificent creatures impact their ecosystems? Researchers have suggested that the extinction of mammoths contributed to a decline in the health of the tundra ecosystem, as these megafauna played a crucial role in seed dispersal and maintaining the landscape. What about the dodo? A flightless bird that became a symbol of extinction, its demise in the late 17th century serves as a poignant reminder of human impact on ecosystems. The dodo's extinction tells a powerful story about the fragility of island ecosystems and the consequences of human colonization. But it also sparks excitement in scientific communities as conservationists strive to learn from these past mistakes to protect current endangered species. The lessons from the dodo urge us to examine the roles species play within their ecosystems, potentially influencing our conservation strategies today. Then we have Neanderthals, a close relative to Homo sapiens. Their extinction around 40,000 years ago raises profound questions about survival, competition, and adaptability. Genetic studies reveal that modern humans carry traces of Neanderthal DNA, indicating that interactions between the two species occurred. Did Neanderthals contribute to our survival and success? Or were they outcompete? Their story remains an enigma, reflecting the complexity of human evolution and the intricate web of relationships among species. As paleontologists continue to unearth fossilized remnants of extinct species, they enhance our understanding of evolutionary dynamics. This exploration invites us to reflect on the broader implications of extinction. Each loss can ripple through ecosystems, shaping evolutionary paths and influencing the emergence of new species. Will future species evolve in response to the changes we witness today? In examining extinct species, we also confront our responsibility as stewards of the planet, recognizing that our actions can leave lasting marks on the course of evolution. The narrative of evolution, therefore, is incomplete without the stories of those that came before us. Each extinct species we study enriches our understanding of resilience, adaptation, and the ongoing quest to understand the natural world around us. As we peer into the past, we can better prepare for the future, learning from the echoes of extinction that resonate through time. In the grand tapestry of evolution, one of the most fascinating yet often overlooked threads is the role of microbiomes. These complex communities of microorganisms inhabit nearly every environment on Earth and play crucial roles in the evolutionary trajectory of entire species. From the human gut to the depths of the ocean, microbiomes influence how organisms survive, adapt, and evolve over time. The human body alone contains trillions of microbial cells, far outnumbering our own human cells. This intricate ecosystem impacts our health, digestion, and even our immune response. But how did these microbes come to be such vital players in our evolutionary history? Scientists believe that early life on Earth originated in microbial communities. These ancient microorganisms paved the way for more complex life forms as they learned to collaborate and compete for resources. The relationship between hosts and their microbiomes is an evolutionary dance. For instance, consider the fascinating case of the leafcutter ants. These remarkable insects cultivate fungi as a food source, using leaves they meticulously cut and transport. The ants have evolved to rely on their microbiomes to digest the plant material and break it down into energy. In return, the fungi provide the ants with essential nutrients, creating a symbiotic relationship that showcases the profound impact of microbiomes on evolution. But microbiomes don't just assist individual species. They can also shape entire ecosystems. For example, coral reefs are dependent on a delicate balance of microbial life. When stressors like climate change occur, these microbial communities can dramatically shift, leading to coral bleaching and, ultimately, the collapse of entire reef systems. In this sense, the fate of many species is intertwined with the hidden world of microbes. Furthermore, the concept of coevolution, where species evolve in response to one another, often includes microbial evolution. Take the case of plants and their pollinators. As plants developed certain traits to attract pollinators, the microbes living on these plants also adapted and co-evolved to enhance their relationship with both the plants and pollinators. This interdependence signifies that the story of evolution is far more intricate and interconnected than previously understood. The human microbiome continues to reveal more secrets about the role of microbes in our health and evolution. Research suggests that microbiota may influence neurological functions and behavioral traits. For instance, studies have linked gut microbiome composition to mood fluctuations and mental health disorders. This emerging knowledge propels new perspectives on human evolution, emphasizing that our development may not solely depend on our genetics but also on the microbial friends and foes living within us. As we continue to explore the depths of microbiomes and their evolutionary significance, we begin to understand how intricately woven bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms are into the evolutionary narrative of life on Earth. What hidden mysteries remain yet to be uncovered in the ever-evolving world of these microscopic life forms? The exploration of microbiomes, much like any research into evolution, reveals that many questions remain unanswered, propelling scientific inquiry into the future. The relationship between all life forms is increasingly being recognized as a complex web of interconnectedness, where even the smallest organisms have far-reaching impacts on evolutionary processes. Climate change is an omnipresent force that not only shapes our environment but also drives evolutionary change across the globe. As temperatures rise, habitats shift, and species find themselves in precarious situations, the question arises, how does evolution respond to such dramatic changes? The history of life on Earth is punctuated by periods of dramatic climate change, each triggering massive shifts in biodiversity. The Permian-Triassic extinction, known as the Great Dying, occurred around 250 million years ago, when volcanic activity and climate shifts devastated entire ecosystems. Following this catastrophic event, evolution responded with a burst of diversification that laid the groundwork for the age of dinosaurs. Fast forward to the present day, and we are witnessing another pivotal moment where climate change challenges ecosystems and species in unprecedented ways. Take the case of the Galapagos finches, a living laboratory for evolutionary studies. When scientists studied these birds during a severe drought